Okay, everybody, welcome to Ramrod Rants. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ramrod Rants. Came to you live from Valparaiso, Indiana, right outside of Gary, where I grew up. But we're not going to talk about that today. I got my boy on the phone, Big Van. Big Van, how you doing, Big Van?
Man, I'm doing good, man. What's going on with you?
Not much. Thought we'd talk about a subject today. We supposed to have talked about another subject today, which would be marriage. But we kind of putting it off because me and my boy want to just goof around and see how everything works out. So what we did is we just finished watching an episode of Naked and Afraid. Now, that's both our favorite show. It had a gentleman on there named Nathan, and I believe the girl's name was what? Was it, Brittany or something, Big Van?
I believe it was, yeah.
Okay, so we both had opinions because we both like the show. We like the same type of things to watch. So this cat, I'm gonna talk about the cat. This cat was Cole. He was a survivalist that just loved nature. He wanted to be with nature. He wanted to fashion himself as an animal, live off the land and everything that's going on. So what he did is he brought his experience to this 21 days. And he wanted to help his partner gain control over her experience. So he brought a lot to the table. So saying that, let's talk about the girl, Van.
Yeah, she was, you know what I'm saying? You partner, so you're supposed to be, give and take. You're supposed to be there to support each other. But when it's just a one-way relationship, like from day one, he just carried her through the whole challenge.
Exactly. That motherfucker threw up after 4 hours. I hate to be brash about, but wow, 4 hours? She was throwing up already.
I was like, there's no way she gonna make it the whole 21 days. Like, it's impossible for her to make it, and she's throwing up after 4 hours. But that's just a testament of how great a partner she had, because he did so much for her. It was amazing.
I mean, what got me is that they was walking through all of these woods. She's starving, he's starving. Okay, when they first got there. Now, when they first got there, he said, you know what? It's kind of hot out here. We're going to need some water, so let's start a fire. He started a fire instantly. Got the water boiling instantly. Gave her some water. She was fine. Later that night, she threw up all the water. Threw it up. She was complaining from the minute she got there to the minute they left.
Exactly. Like the mosquitoes wasn't biting him, but all these mosquitoes, his attitude was amazing. Like, anybody else, she would have frustrated so much, and they'd have been like, look, I can't do this with her, but he was amazing. Like, so when he built that shelter in the ground.
What was it, about 6 feet deep?
Yeah.
And if it was 87 degrees outside on that island in Brazil, it was at least, 60 in the ground with no mosquitoes? And what did she do?
Exactly. And that was amazing how he built it, put the lattice on top with the sticks, and then covered it with all of the foliage. And he went in and was like, there's no mosquitoes in here. He did all of that, took a couple hours to build that, to dig that hole with just 2 big sticks. And she went in there for 2 minutes and said, I'm claustrophobic. Like, she didn't know she was
claustrophobic. He only weighed 1.5 bucks. And he used up all his energy to build her that hut. And look, then was 2 minutes. And asked him, do you want to sleep in there?
Yeah.
Man.
He was okay in the first place. Yeah, she was very, very irritating. It's like, like you said, with the palm hearts, and I mean, that dude just knew all kind of stuff. How to get the stingrays and debarb them and cook the flesh. He just carried her the whole way.
And that's what I'm talking about. The first stingray they caught, He masterminded. She helped him. I give her that. She did help him. She stuck another stick in him. I give her that. Okay. They cooked it. Now, he didn't cook. He said hundreds of stingrays. So he knows when they done.
Yeah.
Cooked them. And she took maybe a toothful. Not a mouthful. A toothful. And said she couldn't eat it. Then started going over there throwing up. And he was so nice. He said, well, you know, some people are not used to eating food that's from nature, that's not seasoned or, you know, bought from the grocery store. So, you know, a lot of people like that. So I understand. Now,
well, sodium and stuff.
Yeah. Now, he had the patience of Job. He was a saint. If that was me, she would have starved.
Yeah.
I'd have laid in that hole without no mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Built me a little fire. And she could have tapped out because she was no help at all. And the only reason they raised her PSR score is because he helped her. Because they should have lowered it. That didn't make no sense. That didn't, and there was a lot of shows on Naked and Afraid like that where, and you hate to say this because you got I've seen some shows where it was strong female leads. So people out there, don't get mad at me for saying this. But she played the role of a weak female that a man had to save. And that's not a good thing. There was some strong female leads on that show. Quite a few of them, actually a lot more than men. But she played the weak female lead. And that wasn't a good look. And she was tatted up too. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
See that's what bothered me. That's why you're supposed to be evenly yoked on that show. You both supposed to be survivalists. Yeah.
Supposed to be evenly yoked. I think that I was about to say she had no business even being out there because she she basically didn't have any more coming in than the average person walking the street.
Now, like I'm a pretty big guy. You a pretty big guy. That's why we call him Big Van. And but now if we was on Naked and Afraid, okay, now we wouldn't have to eat. We would have to be there for like 60 days because, 21 days we still won't be that hungry because we still.
Exactly. We gonna let our body fat. We gonna live off the fat on our body and just let that burn down. We let that. But hell, by the time that burned down, the show be in its third season. Exactly. Sure.
So we'll be on it. I mean, I got some survival skills. I was in the military. I'm a veteran. I can do some things. I can start a fire if I had one of those fire starters. I can't do that wood and that string and wood thing. I could never get that in the military. I can't do that. I can never do that. But I can survive. I know what to eat and what not to eat. I know how to. If you get thirsty, I know what pebbles to put in your mouth to create saliva. I know that if we're around the area that got those type of pebbles, and I know how to boil the water. I know how to make the water potable if you don't have fire yet. Or if you had a fire or you found some old burnt wood, charcoal, sand, grass, moss, all that stuff. But I mean, I'm not nowhere near as good. I mean, I could do that at a campsite overnight. Because the next day I got to go home. So I'm not even pretending like I'm on a level at them people. I ain't even going to pretend that. But it's wild how you got these people that go out and do this for a living. It was one guy on there a couple weeks ago, Big Van. I'm not sure if you saw this. He taught survivalists to teenagers and children. And he tapped out on the first day.
Wow.
I mean, he bragged.
I've seen so many of them. Talk about, I grew up doing this, and I've been spending years as a survivalist, and they tap out so quick, and you like, wow.
Exactly. I mean, I was never in the Cub Scouts. I always wanted to go to the Cub Scouts, but, I couldn't make it to those meetings. I don't know. I couldn't. We ain't had no ride. We only had one car and 8 kids. So, I mean, mom at work, we wouldn't go to no Cub Scout meeting. So, I mean, remember we used to go outside and hang out at night, all that stuff. But after the bats come out and the mosquitoes come out, we go in the house. I mean, but other than that, I mean, I think I could have lasted longer than one day if, like that one cat did that was a survival expert. One day. And he left because of mosquitoes.
Hell, you can last one day if you just get out there and just huddle up under a tree and just go into meditation, you could at least last a damn day. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna tell you though, I saw one where this cat was on an island with nothing but rats running around. Now as soon as I walk on that island at the beginning of the show, I'd have been saying, "Please, can you come get me? Cause I'm done. I can't. I'm not dealing with this shit. I'm out.
I can survive out there as long as I'm able to bring all my medication.
Medication and some off. They'll say, well, Ramrod, you could bring one thing with you. What would it be? 3 gallons of off. And hopefully my partner said a pack of bologna.
Hey, have you, I was hearing about that new movie, Us. Have you heard about it?
I heard about it. I heard that. Now, a lot of people told me that it was kind of hard to understand or hard to follow. They likened it to what was that movie where the people was blindfolded and couldn't that
Bird Box.
Which one?
Bird Box.
No, the one where Sandra Bullock was in. And,
yeah, Bird Box.
Oh, Bird Box. Oh, yeah. They likened it to Bird Box because they said Bird Box was kind of difficult to understand that one. Now I did see Bird Box and it was okay. I mean, it wasn't all the hype that I heard about. It wasn't. It was okay.
Right. It was okay, but people were talking about Bird Box should have been in the movie theater instead of a Netflix movie, and it was entertaining, but I was like, it wasn't all that. Like it should have been in a movie theater.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to see Jordan Peele, the guy, the director and a producer of Us, and of course he made Get Out. I'm glad to see you got another black movie maker, putting black people in movies, and he got a different outlook on stuff. Do you know he coming out with he gonna be the host of the new Twilight Zone?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
because I know. Remember before they had Forrest Whitaker as the host of it wasn't the Twilight Zone, it was Night Gallery or whatever. No, it was Twilight Zone. Forrest Whitaker was the host for it for a little while, and then I guess it went off. I'm not sure why, but it went off. So he's going to be the new host. Wow, it's amazing he would do that. He got so much commercial appeal right now, and he's the it guy when it comes to the movies because
that's right up his alley to host Twilight Zone. But hey, let's get to this. I haven't seen it. Have you seen Captain Marvel yet? I heard mixed reviews.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't had time. I'm going to see it tomorrow. I'm going to the 6:30 show, and I'm gonna see it. But I was told, and I tell people, don't tell me nothing about the movie or nothing, because I usually try to get the D box because I want to be part of the movie. But they said they said, well, don't waste your money and get the D box, blah blah. But some people's trash is another man's treasure. I think I don't know. I'm gonna get D box because I'm a Marvel fan and I'm gonna watch it now. I'm not sure because I haven't been impressed too much with the DC movies. The Justice League was okay, I give it that, but the rest of them I wasn't too impressed with. So I'm more than likely not going to see Shazam. Huh?
I said you didn't like Aquaman.
Well, yeah, I liked Aquaman and Justice League. They was about on the same level to me. I mean they were okay. I mean Aquaman obviously had more action than Justice League did, but for some reason, and I'm not sure, I don't know if you agree with me, but the Marvel movies are continuous action. I mean, from start to finish, they're action.
Yeah.
And DC tries to tell a story, and true nerds, true comic book geeks, as it were, know the story and don't try to invent a story because it'll tick the geeks off. Because if you mess it up, they're gonna know, no, this is not from the comic books. You're using that creative license to make something up.
Exactly.
Like Marvel messed up when they did that with the new Fantastic Four they made up, that garbage. And that 114 minutes of garbage when they did Green Lantern. Whew. That was horrible. But Marvel so far, we thought X-Men was going to be the guiding light to go towards when it makes a movie. But I've since learned that, I mean, I liked the X-Men when it came out, and I kind of thought it was kind of, on some parts, was boring. But I didn't want to say that because, I like Marvel. But looking at the new Marvel movies that's out now, comparing them to the X-Men that started off, oh, dude, these Marvel movies now, it's amazing. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, Thor Ragnarok, that's one to beat. That was an absolutely amazing movie. But as far as Marvel movies to date, and I'm not saying this because I'm African American, but Black Panther was at another level.
Oh yeah, everybody acknowledged it too. I mean, it won awards. It was amazing. Black Panther was amazing, and it set box office records. It was amazing. They're trying to see if this new Avengers Endgame, I hear it's supposed to be close to 3 hours long.
3 hours, man, because the last one was like 2 hours and a little bit, wasn't it? And it didn't seem that long.
It didn't.
It didn't seem that long, but
coming out, they say it's supposed to wrap everything up and connect so much stuff. So I guess they needed a lot of time to do it, So that's gonna be interesting to see. I like the age we in now. Like you say, these movies now, they blow the old movies out the water, and you got so many different genres and stuff. Like, you ain't gotta be all of Marvel movies. They gotta be so serious and stuff. Like, Deadpool showed that you can make a lot of money and put comedy in it and action, and like Deadpool is an anti-hero, not the regular hero. So,
exactly. Yep, and it was gory. It was a like a killing movie that had some comedy to it, and it busted the box office.
Exactly.
And it's good.
The Hellboy coming out next month in April.
What's coming out?
The new Hellboy.
Oh yeah. You know what? I saw the previews. I saw 2 different trailers for it, and I think they're going more toward the comedy end of it as well.
Yeah, they're trying to go more toward the Deadpool type of thing, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're going for, because the first couple of Hellboys, albeit it was okay. I mean, it was it worth paying for at the movies? I think so. Not the Golden Army one, but the first one was actually pretty good. But if I can recall right, we all went to see it. I think you took your boys, I took my boys to see it, but it was so bad we left out and went back into what was that? The Dawn of the Dead.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it was pretty good. It's okay, but I'm hopefully they didn't destroy the franchise like they almost destroyed the Batman franchise with George Clooney playing Batman. So I don't know if they're gonna destroy the franchise with this, because
Ben Affleck's supposed to be done with Batman. He's not playing any more Batman. Ben Affleck.
No, I heard he's not playing Batman, and I heard the cat that's playing Superman won't be playing Superman anymore either.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I heard he was gone too.
Dang.
So I don't know who they gonna get to play Superman, because he actually was a pretty good Superman. I kind of I enjoyed his acting chops, and even though everybody was saying Ben Affleck wasn't gonna make a good Batman, I actually enjoyed him as Batman.
I did too. And me and a coworker was debating, of all of the Batman movies, or of all of the DC movies, period, that ever. Hold on. Excuse me, I just sneezed. Out of all of the DC movies that ever had an appearance or had Joker in it at all, we was trying to rate the best Jokers of all time. He actually talking about Jack Nicholson was the best. Jack Nicholson was good for the time that he
For the time that it was done, you're absolutely right. For the time that was played.
He was good for that time period, but I think the best, listen, a lot of people don't know, I actually like the Joker that was just in Suicide Squad, Jared Leto. I like that though.
Yeah, actually he was pretty good. And even though what was that dude's name? Heath Ledger?
He was the best to me.
He was okay. He was pretty good, but I think he got more accolades because he ended up dying before the movie came out. I think that's the problem what happened with that one. But I mean, it was good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was good. I mean, everybody. I think Michael Keaton was a horrible Batman. I honestly do. I think Val Kilmer was a horrible Batman. And George Clooney was the worst. But the other cats they came out with, what was the next ones? They was all pretty good. They were all okay, but I actually liked Ben Affleck. I actually did. I enjoyed him. And even though Wonder Woman was gorgeous, I mean, I'm not going to take that away from Wonder Woman, the one that they have now. I mean, she's gorgeous. Give her that. But, Amazons were kind of thick women. They
were thick and tall.
Yeah.
And I don't know how tall that lady is that played Wonder Woman. I think she did a good job, but she just don't strike you as physically intimidating woman. Amazon was, on site, Amazon is physically intimidating looking because she got some height and some thickness.
Exactly. They were warriors. And
the old Linda Carter. Linda Carter was like 6 feet tall and had thickness to it and played the Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Linda Carter had some thickness to her. Ooh.
She's gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
And she's still gorgeous.
And some thickness to her.
Yeah, she did. Wonder Woman was gorgeous.
That got to defeat the purpose when you calling somebody Amazon and they 5'6", like that don't strike you as an Amazon.
Exactly. And they, I mean, I know they cast people who has public appeal and who's popular at the moment. And she was gorgeous. They said she played in something else. I don't know what she played in. But I mean, she was gorgeous. I like her accent. I like her voice.
But you who fit the bill as an Amazon, like in a TV series. Remember Xena, Amazon Warrior Princess?
Oh yeah.
That lady has some size and some thickness to her.
Yeah, oh yeah, she sure did, and she reintroduced equal rights under the law for men and women because she was bad. She was cold, and I liked her. I liked the show. The shows back in the day, I can bring those shows up to people that was born in these millennials. They don't even remember half these shows that we talk about when it comes to they don't even remember Saturday morning cartoons. And if they can't find it on YouTube or some other type of medium and on the internet, they're not gonna watch it because I'm gonna tell you, I've been looking for Space Giants. I've been looking for Gam, Godard, and Silva. I cannot find them. I cannot find the series to watch. So
do you know? Listen, do you know? While you talking about Space Giants, do you know on Netflix they have a new Ultraman series?
No, I didn't know that.
You got to look up Netflix. They got Ultraman.
Oh my goodness!
That was out at the same time when you talking about Goldeye, Silver, and them. Yeah, remember Ultraman?
Yeah, because you had Ultraman. He was that young dude with the. He had this little pen in his hand that he push it and turn into Ultraman.
Because remember, they had the shows that was very similar. Like Ultraman and Spectrum Man was very similar.
Exactly. Yeah. And they both was pretty good. I liked them. And then Giant Robot. But the Space Giants was pretty good because Miko controlled the whistle and Gam, Godard, Silvar.
Spectrum Man song when we were kids and it came out.
What was that?
All I remember is like Spectrum Man. That's all I remember.
Songs were much simpler back then.
They were. Songs was. When we was growing up, the songs to TV series and everything, they were classics. It's like to these new TV shows, like they don't even put the time and effort to have a great opening song, like the Jeffersons and like Good Times, and them was iconic songs that opened up the TV series.
And Good Times. I mean, back then I would watch Good Times. I enjoyed Good Times actually up until James died. But I was always wondering. I mean, I know good times is if you pay your rent on time or if you're able to put food on the table, they consider that good times. But the series as a whole never let anything good happen to them outside of being able to pay their bills. Whenever they was about to get a step forward, something happened. When they was about to move to Mississippi because James got a new job, he got killed. When Thelma was about to marry, what's his name, that was going to the Chicago Bears, he tripped and broke his leg.
Yeah.
When Michael went to that school for geniuses, turned out he was dumb. You know, I mean, what happened good? Here comes Janet. She got burned by iron, and you know she moved with Vanola. Is that her name? Valona.
Winona,
Yeah.
Winona.
Yeah. I mean, I got tired of watching it after a while because nothing good ever happened.
That at the time that show was showing as far as how black families live, how we could eke out happiness in the most miserable situation, and we didn't need. It was trying to show that we didn't need much of anything to still be happy and have good times just amongst ourselves, you know.
Yeah, that part I understand. We know blacks know how to be broke. We know how to be broke. The stock market won't affect us because we can live off a couple of cans of this and a pack of hot dogs. We can live off of that. It's the people that's not used to doing it.
Because they committing suicide because their credit rating is unfair and shit, and they ain't got money to pay certain bills. Or you know, we know how to like they say, rob Peter to pay Paul. You know.
Exactly. Shoot, when I was in my early mid 20s, I used to mail checks to pay my bills and casually and conveniently forget to sign them. You know, I mean, that's shoot, man. That was the struggle was real back then. You know.
Oh man, the struggle was real. I'm telling you.
And no matter how educated you was, or no matter what your knowledge level was, or knowledge base was, if you are a minority, you're not getting paid as much as everybody else. Especially back in the 80s and 90s, you wasn't getting paid, especially in the professional field. You know, you're not getting. I know a lot of guys that graduated with me who were lawyers, and they broke. You know.
Yeah.
They broke. I mean, it's hard out there.
Generation, our kids, you know, and thank God they not gonna know the struggle of that. You know, not getting paid what you supposed to be getting paid or what you deserve. Hopefully, they won't ever know that struggle.
Exactly. Hopefully, they don't. But you know, you have to prepare them for it.
Back in the day, when we used to get ready to go out on a Friday or Saturday night, it'd be like, man, we going out to the so and so club tonight to and money was tight and he had no money. He'd go get some plasma and so he can have $25 and hit the club.
True. In DC, right outside of on Georgia Street, right down there was this club called the Flamingo. And on Thursday night, they had 25-cent draft beers. Now, they would come in those little 12-ounce cups. But if you had $4, exactly. Man, please. It was every Thursday, 25-cent draft beers. We go there and just sit there, and Lord knows we don't tip. I mean, that's going to be another series, another episode coming up about us and tipping. But I couldn't tip back then because I only had $4. But I couldn't hold my liquor either. So after about 12 of those 12-ounce beers, I just gave them the 4 quarters I had left and said, point me way back to home.
I remember the specials back in the day, boy. Yeah, they used to have that, boy. 50-cent cups of beer and that kind of stuff, man. It was the days.
It was. And then we would have to invent ways to make money. You know, even when I was in the military, I used to drive the ambulance. So when we were out in the field, we were the only ones allowed to leave the campground or the campsite or bivouac, whatever you want to call it. And I used to go to the PX in Class 6 store to get, I used to get like 4 or 5 cases of beer. So I would drive back to camp And everybody out there, I'd be selling beer out there, man, for like $3-4 a can, even back then. And I used to make money until somebody, didn't have any money and turned us in. Talking about, he over there selling beer so what happened to him later that night. But still, man, we had to way to make some money back then and do all that stuff. And I'm glad our kids ain't got to go through that crap right now. Even in school, when you had to have different people grading your stuff in college because the one professor didn't want you to get a good grade. And so you had to just take it to the dang on dean. It is stuff that I'm glad they ain't going through right now. But shoot, we paid our dues. And it's time to move on. They say, well, man, y'all kind of old to be talking about comic book stuff. No, we ain't. We earned the right to sit back, relax, and talk about any damn thing we want to talk about.
Oh, shoot, man, most of the comic book geeks are our age and older because that's the golden age. That's where, what I'm saying, all the development for the movies you see today, that development started 30, 40 years ago with comic books that we was reading. And now it's just getting to the point where they able to make all the movies for all these different, different comic book characters and stuff like that. Now you can see Venom, and I hadn't seen that either. I don't know. I kind of got mixed reviews. I heard too the Venom thing.
Well, I heard it's worth going to see, but I'm waiting till it come on Netflix. I am. There's only so many times you can go spend $100 at the movie theater. But
exactly. And Venom is about to be on HBO. It's it's about to be on now.
Exactly.
So,
and
it's a blockbuster movie or something. It wasn't a main character that makes you want to go see him. Actually, Captain Marvel ain't never been a main character. She ain't never been that popular, so I'm surprised they actually made a movie with Captain Marvel because she ain't never been that popular.
Well, the reason they did it, why they did it, is because Wonder Woman had such a powerful showing. She was a female lead, and she was DC, so they needed another female lead, and Captain Marvel was
female lead.
Yeah. And if they say that one female lead can make that much money, let's do it on Marvel. Even though Marvel is still controlling the box office, if it became between DC and Marvel is still outdoing DC, I believe. That's my opinion. Yeah, and I know somebody gonna email me and tell me I'm wrong. I mean, the audience, if you guys got an opinion about it, and let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. It's Ramrod Rants, RAMROD one word 333 at gmail.com. Let me know what you think, because I think they just made the Captain Marvel movie because they wanted another strong female lead, which I don't disagree with. We need strong female leads in these movies now. I mean,
but the character itself, she wasn't even one of the most popular characters. As far as growing up reading comic books, like they about another that, like you say, you're absolutely right. Wonder Woman started it as far as the female leads because it made good money at the box office because they coming out with a. Or is it out already? The Dark Phoenix, as far as Jean Grey having her own movie?
It's coming out. I'm not sure when, because they're putting out a lot of movies. And did you hear that a lot of the theaters are putting movies out like Netflix now? They saying Netflix is so popular by putting movies out straight to and going straight to video and just going back to back. Doing movie after movie after movie, so they're going to let the runtime at the movie theaters now be short as well. You know how you used to be like a movie be at the theater 2-3 months. Now they're going to shorten that time from what I was hearing.
They go ahead and let it get on regular TV because listen, you got to get Netflix they prop. Netflix has revolutionized when they stopped coming out with when they came out with the Daredevil TV series and Luke Cage and what's the lady?
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones and Iron Fist, they revolutionized because they show where you ain't got to go take that to the box office. They done came out and made TV series with maybe a good 10 episodes a season, and that was so popular. I just couldn't believe that they stopped, everything now. They stopped after like 2 seasons.
And I think that's what they're doing. I think they don't want it to get stale, and that's pretty good marketing if that's what they're doing. You put 2 seasons on, you let it go at the top of the season, at the top of its popularity, take it off, wait a couple seasons, a couple years, and bring it back. Because remember when the Flash first came out, not the new one on right now that's amazing, the one way back that when they took it off the air, we got mad.
Yeah.
And now you see they brought it back with a much better character and a better storyline and better graphics. It's worth watching. I mean, sometimes they do stuff just for the strategy of it. I still don't like the way they ended Alphas. Now we starting to really geek out. I don't like the way they ended Alphas with everybody in that station dead and that one person. I didn't like that. Then they canceled the show right after that. So hopefully they try to finish it off and bring it back years later. But it's some stuff they do purposefully and some stuff they just do because it's just sad. Because Heroes, the first season was good, then they changed the writers or something. Because that second season and on was horrible.
Horrible. The first season was good. You're right. So you say Netflix got it down pat. They come out with Jessica Jones, Punisher, Daredevil was the first, and then Luke Cage followed up, and that was great. So they give you 2 seasons, and they leave on a high note. So they did the George Costanza leave on a high note.
That's right. It's called dropping the mic, like a comedian. When a comedian get his biggest laugh.
Crack a good joke. You get some good laughs. It's like, well, I gotta go, y'all. Leave on a high note.
Leave on a high note. That's right. Leave on a high note. And I think that's what they're doing. You know, because if you notice, they was like putting Bird Box out there for a while. They was advertising it and everything. Then they stopped advertising it. Now, if you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. Now they got this new movie out called Frontier something that's supposed to be pretty good, and they stopped advertising that because it's been on there for since the first, and it's I was supposed to be watching it, but I didn't watch it. I really didn't have the time. But Ben Affleck is in that one, and it's about these people that go back to either Afghanistan or Iraq or something and try to rob one of the big people over there because they always have money in their house because they came back to the United States and they couldn't get jobs. The kids couldn't afford school. They got stuff repossessed. The house got foreclosed on. They was over there fighting for their country, got hurt, and everything come back, and the country didn't take care of them. So they was going back over there to pull this big robbery. It's actually a good premise to a movie, but I just haven't had time to watch it yet. But yeah,
you know what? I know you be working so much, but yeah, you have a lot of stuff you got to catch up on. You didn't even catch up on the end, and like all of the stuff we just talking about, the Jessica Joneses and Iron Fist and all that. You didn't even catch up on the end seasons of those.
Nope.
But I get ready to leave in a minute. But listen, are you up to date right now on Walking Dead?
No, I am. Okay, let me tell you why I'm behind.
You got to.
Okay,
come on.
This is why I'm behind. Because I always save the last episode of the season before to watch it right before the new season starts. I always do that. It's just, it catches me up, puts me in the frame of mind, and I go for it. This season, for some reason, they blocked out the last season. You cannot watch it. So even on my on-demand or YouTube, I cannot watch season 9, episode 8. I can't find it. I cannot find it. They won't let me watch it. And I can't watch the other episodes without watching episode 8. I even waited till they put it on Netflix. And it's not even on Netflix right now yet. Until this season is over, it's not going to be on Netflix. So I can't watch the rest of them without watching season 8.
This season right now, it gave a whole new wrinkle to things, man. The last episode I just seen was so mind blowing. You got to watch this season, man. You got to get on this season. They put a whole, how you usually of course they fighting the Walking Dead, and then you got human.
Okay. Spoiler alert. I ain't seen nothing. I can extrapolate. Okay.
I ain't seen nothing. You gotta watch. Man.
I am. You know what? If you find a way that I can watch episode 8, because that's what's ticking me off right now. Everybody at work watches this, and they mad because they can't talk about it in front of me. But I gotta watch episode 8. I always save it to right before the new season start, and I gotta watch it before I watch the rest of it. So I'm still looking for it now. Don't get me wrong, I'm still looking for it, and I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it under my belt because Walking Dead is actually one of the best written made-for-TV shows I've seen in a while. It is amazingly well written. It's never boring or stale. I mean, and even the first season, I'm gonna tell you, the very first season, I wanted Rick's wife and his son to die. You know, and that's wrong, Carl. That's wrong for me to say, but Rick's wife put a nail between him and Shane. But if you look at it, I looked at it again. I watched it over. In my mind, from what I saw, Rick's wife and Shane was dating way before he got shot.
Yeah, and they came out with it. They said it. They say Shane was screwing his wife before the world ended as they knew it. He was doing it.
Exactly. And then when
the baby, the kid, the daughter. You know that Shane.
Yeah. They said they finally admitted that was Shane's baby. Yeah, but I did want Lori to die. She wasn't good for the story. She wasn't good for the story, and that's when I realized don't get used to nobody.
Man, with Michonne and everybody is good. Listen, Rodney, I'm getting ready to call it a day. Listen, we can get back on tomorrow because tomorrow I want to talk about because people got mixed reactions. I just want to give a little snippet where we can talk about tomorrow. This Jesse Smollett situation, how they dropped all the charges and everything, and so you got so many black people talking about basically saying it's okay and forgiving him for what he did because they want to always prepare to say, well, what about all the white people that did this and that? Yeah, I understand that, but what Jesse Smollett did as a black man to take this and put a noose on his neck is spitting in the face of all the slaves that ever been lynched and all this stuff. I want to talk about that because it's a whole lot as far as how the Chicago police department is reacting to them dropping the charges and why would they drop the charges and people are so stupid. They talking about, well, that means he was innocent. He wasn't innocent. He did community service and everything. You don't do community service if you're innocent and so for him to do community service, that's a big deal.
Okay, that's good because I got a lot of emails about Mr. Smollett. And yeah, we got to dive into that conversation and get the UN involved, the whole group. And that will be an interesting topic to discuss. So everybody, this is Ramrod, and that's my guest, Big Van. And thanks for enjoying the show.
Appreciate it. I'll let you.
I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you soon. Sit back, enjoy the show.